focusing on healthy meals this week, and I'm so excited for Trudy's take on General Tao Chicken. That's today's daily dish. Okay, friends, here's what you're going to need. 2 to 3 chicken breasts, arrowroot flour, some coconut oil, hoisin sauce, rice wine vinegar, coconut palm sugar, and sesame oil. All right, Trudy, nothing like taking a tried and true favorite and giving it a healthy makeover. I am very excited for your version.
I'm excited too, Tracy. How are you?
I'm great. So what I love about this is taking a recipe that's generally like not very good for you and sort of giving it a remake so you get all of the flavor and all of the fun with less of the bad stuff. Am I right?
Absolutely, Tracy. And as a culinary nutritionist, I'm a firm believer in still enjoying your favorite foods, but just finding a different way to do it, just finding a healthier way to do it. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this General Tao chicken recipe. So it's going to allow us to satisfy that craving in a healthier way.
Nice. Okay, how do we start, Trudy?
All right, so the first thing we're going to do, Tracy, is take our cube chicken. We're going to pop this in a Ziploc bag. And next we're going to add in some arrowroot flour. So I'll just sprinkle that in like that. And I just want to make sure that we close the Ziploc bag really well. I don't want to repeat of yesterday, because when I did this yesterday, well, you know how that story goes. Let's just say it was not completely sealed all the way.
Okay.
So what we want to do, Tracy, is once we have everything in the Ziploc bag, we just want to shake it all up. We really want to coat that chicken well with the arrowroot. And this is actually the first healthy swap that we're making, Tracy. Typically, we would use cornstarch to thicken gravies and sauces, but in this recipe, instead, we're using arrowroot flour. And the reason why we want to make this swap is because cornstarch is made from corn, and corn is one of the most genetically modified crops, and those GMOs may actually be harmful on your health. Then we have arrowroot flour instead, and arrowroot is actually gluten-free, and it's also really easy on your digestion as well, so it's going to help to support that digestive health. So once we've shaken this all up, we're just going to toss this over to the side and just kind of let that hang out for a minute. And then the next thing we want to make is our sauce. So the first thing we're going to add is we're going to add in that hoisin sauce. And I just love like this deep, dark color and just this richness of this sauce. Next thing we're going to add in is some rice wine vinegar, something I use quite a bit in my sauces as well. It gives it a nice punch of flavor. And then next we're going to add in that coconut palm sugar. And Tracy, you know I like my coconut palm sugar.
Yes.
But I'm also adding in some sesame oil.
Yes, I love that you use the coconut palm sugar. And in my mind, I always get stuck on the palm part because there's a difference between just palm sugar and what you're using. Like there's a palm oil and a palm sugar that's not so healthy for you, isn't there?
Right, that's absolutely correct, Tracy. But yeah, in this one we're using a better for you version for sure. Okay. And that's going to help us keep up with those New Year's resolutions. So what we want to do is whisk all of this together. And just speaking about coconut palm sugar, Tracy, it is actually, I don't want to say it's a healthy form of sugar because no sugar is actually healthy for us, but it is better for you in the sense that it doesn't spike your blood sugar as much as white sugar would. And that's typically what we would put in this dish. You would use white sugar, but instead we're going to switch it out with this coconut palm sugar. And the great thing about coconut palm sugar is that it has a bit of a caramelly taste as well. And that's going to add a lot of nice, rich and depth to this flavor and to this dish. And Tracy, what's your go-to like takeout meal? Like if you're having a bad day and you're calling somebody up or you're ordering takeout, what is your go-to takeout food?
This is the most basic takeout food you could possibly think of, but it's a patty and a cocoa bread. Always a patty and a cocoa bread and a ting. I'm in a good mood if I can just have that. It reminds me of childhood. It makes me happy. It's my thing.
Oh, Tracy, I am right there with you with the patty and cocoa bread. So good. I like the pink ting as well, the grapefruit. It just looks really nice, and I just feel really cool when I'm drinking it.
Oh, it's so good. So good. Such a treat.
So what we're going to do now is we just want to brown that chicken. Okay, so we just want to throw it in the skillet, brown it for maybe about 5 minutes or so. And I already have some done. So I already have the brown chicken here. So I'm just going to go ahead and just add that to the skillet. And then next we want to add in that sauce. So we'll just pretend this is all brown and ready to go. And then next we're just going to add in that sauce. And then we just want to stir it all together. And this sauce looks so good. I feel like I just want to lick this bowl right now.
It looks so good.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and give that a good stir, Tracy. But you know what? When I was losing weight, I lost about 30 pounds 7 years ago. And one of the things I had the hardest time with was takeout food, and specifically this dish right here, General Tao Chicken. So I decided after I lost weight, you know, just to keep up with my eating healthy and my healthy eating habits, I owed it to myself to get my butt in the kitchen and just find a healthier way to do this. So that's exactly why I developed this recipe. All right. So we're mixing everything together here, and then once it's all mixed and ready to go, all you want to do is you just want to serve this up with some rice. So you can use brown rice, you can use white rice, it's completely up to you. And this one I'm actually using brown rice. And then when it's done, it looks like that.
Ooh, that looks so good. I was just going to jump in and ask you if you'd ever try this sort of recipe in a slow cooker. Do you have to do it much differently?
Yes, and I'm so glad that you asked that, Tracy. So what I have actually is an Instant Pot. So the Instant Pot is both a pressure cooker and a slow cooker in one, right? So I'm a lazy girl. So I just put it in my slow cooker. So what I do is when I'm making this in the slow cooker is I can actually just do everything in the slow cooker when you're using the Instant Pot, and that's what I love about it. So I'll just put it on the saute setting on my Instant Pot. I'll just brown it for a little bit, and then I'll just go ahead and just add that sauce in, stir everything together, and I'll just cook it on slow for about 2 hours.
I love it. Sounds so easy. It looks absolutely delicious. Thank you, Trudy.